As we reach the end of term, I think we should look back on things we've been through during these extraordinary times. So, how about something positive to start with? Any ideas? Karen?
Well, last year we had 4 months of no school, followed by the summer holidays. Then no school again at the start of 2021.
I said tell me something positive. Anyway, I'm glad that all of you, well, most of you, still kept up with your schoolwork at home. What else? Adriana?
Having time to just take things a little slower.
Joshua?
Binge watching my favourite box set.
Rebecca?
Well, and Captain Tom doing his amazing walk for the NHS.
Ah, Captain Tom. What a hero, and what a legacy he's left. Let's talk more about him later on, shall we? What else made things bearable? Max?
Not having to go to the hairdressers because they were closed. Result.
Okay then, so on the flip side, what about things we've struggled with? Matthew?
My mum cuts my hair herself. She makes it right most of it.
Don't worry, son, it'll go back. What else? Iona?
Nothing left on the supermarket shelves in the first lockdown.
Ella?
Watching my parents struggle to keep their small business going.
Zoe?
Not being able to give my grandparents a hug. That was awful.
At a time when we were a bit scared and just needed to be close to people, we were told we had to keep our distance. Yet here we are, over the worst. We hope on slowly getting back to normal, but it was tough for a while. As I said, what a year it's been. Okay then, let's wind the clock back to March 2020. Who'd like to remind us what happened? Erica?
Well, with the case of COVID-19 virus increasing to slow the spread and stop the NHS being overwhelmed, we went into lockdown.
Well done, Erica. Barry?
We were told to stay at home, not to socialise, and to only go out for essential shopping and exercise, and to wash our hands a lot.
Absolutely, Barry. Sophie?
Restaurants, bars, theatres, cinemas, sports venues, a lot of shops, and most offices closed, and people are told to work from home unless they're a key worker.
Well done, Sophie. Brodie?
School stayed open for key workers' children, but for most of us, at the time, I suppose it felt like the summer holidays had started early.
Yeah, but that feeling didn't last long, remember?
Of course, homeschooling. Yes, Karen, I know I said I'd get that report written by last Friday. No, I'm not taking advantage of the working from home arrangements. Yes, I realise this isn't a holiday. Yes, I'll email it this afternoon. No, I won't watch The Swim In and Forget. Goodbye, Karen.
Mom, is this a subordinating conjunction or coordinating conjunction? I think it's subordinating. I'm not sure.
Subordinating what? In my day, it was just nouns, verbs, and adjectives we had to know about. Right, let's have a look. Hello, Karen. Yes, of course I'll spell check it. Yes, I know the directors will be using it. No, it won't be full of grammatical mistakes like the last time. Yes, Karen. No, Karen. You have a good day too, Karen. Right. A conjunctivating submarine, you say? It's okay, Mum. I've done it. Right. Now I have to do my history. But wait a second. It's my turn on the computer. It's not fair, Mum. Tell me. I have to do my history.
I'm trying to sleep. You know I'm working the night shifts at the moment. So just keep it down, okay?
Sorry, Dad, but he's hogging the computer and I've got math to finish. Yeah, right. You just want to play games.
You eat your cereal and you do your maths or whatever. Show me.
It's long multiplication, but I'm really stuck on these.
That's not how I was showing long multiplication when I was at school. What's all this grid nonsense? Just times that by that and that by that.
But why do you have
Just do it that way. You don't need to know why. Right, can I go back to bed now?
Not yet. There's a message from your mother. Will you call her? She's bored being on her own at home.
But I spent 3 hours with her yesterday talking to her through the window when I delivered her shopping. Can you phone her?
No, she's your mother. Anyway, I've got that report to write at work for Karen. And then there's these two to supervise.
Stop it, you two! Right, what homework do you still have to do?
Well, there's my history, so I have a science worksheet on electricity.
Electricity?
And I've got art and RE.
Electricity. Well, I suggest you plug in the Hoover and clean upstairs. And then there's a bathroom in the downstairs loo that needs changed. And history. Oh, you can go and phone your grandmother and talk to her about the olden days for an hour. An hour. Oh, you can clean the garden fence. An RE. Let me think.
Hi, Karen. Yes, I'm just about to... No, I'm not on the settee with my feet up. Yes, I understand how hard you work. Yes, I know you're under a lot of pressure. No, I'm not taking advantage of your good nature. It's just that my children are... Yes, I understand. Goodbye, Karen. Ah! Dear Father Martin in heaven, take pity on me, my ever-ready delivery from this torture. Amen. Right, that's already sorted. Now I think I'm going to go on the settee with my feet up for an hour and watch this woman. I think all of us were looking for a returning to school after that, weren't we?
I bet my parents are happy when the new school year started in August. Mum says she has a newfound admiration for teachers and can't believe what they put up with.
Well, what can I say? We did try, but there were so many people who worked hard during lockdown, even though there were risks, just to keep us ticking over.
I remember as I was watching a whole new set of Margaret characters coming together to battle a supervillain.
Yeah, COVID heroes, unite and fight. I reckon that would make a great film.
It certainly would.
And with a single click, My plan for world domination is now implemented. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Iris. Iris the virus. I know it's not the gracious name of all supervillains, but there isn't much that rhymes with virus. I did consider Mona Corona, but that just sounds like a whinging bottle of beer. And the Big B was an option, but I figured people would think I'm a second-rate rapper, whereas I am more of a heavy metal fan. And Louise the disease, well, that was my mother's idea. The less said, the better. So Iris the virus it is. Soon everyone will bow before me as I wreak havoc and bring Earth and inhabitations to their knees. Entreating some deeds my defense, who dare challenge me?
I and my fellow NHS workers will not cease in our battles to keep our people strong and healthy in their battle against you. We will work tirelessly in hospitals, surgeries and clinics to treat the ill and the needy. We will not stop until we have found a vaccine to put an end to your wicked plan.
Precious doctors and nurses, will take more than you to defeat me. I'm not just a threat to your health, but the chaos I've caused in your daily lives will be the ruins of you!
The nation's transport workers will make sure things keep moving. You might think you can bring life to a grinding halt, Iris, but not on our watch. And we will continue to serve our community, whatever the risk to ourselves might be, to make sure families always have food on their tables.
This can't be possible! I thought you humans had no backbone! You're supposed to crumble as I unleash my devastating power!
That's where you're wrong. We will keep building for our future until you're nothing but a distant memory while we'll be standing strong. And we will teach our future generations about how we stood together until you were no more. Time to face facts, Iris. You will be defeated. My fellow COVID heroes, unite and fight!
Unite and fight!
Listen everyone, we are just the tip of an iceberg. Many millions more risk their own safety battling against this virus. And you yourselves showed such bravery, battling against hardship, loneliness and drastic change, going without your comforts and remaining steadfast throughout. Remember how you clapped for the NHS? Well, here's the chance to clap along with us again. Hit it!
Sometimes life can be tough and you feel like you've had enough of the bad stuff coming your way and you need some help today. Don't worry, if you're under attack, there are people watching your back and they're with you every step of the way, and they make the world a better place. Every one of them
we needed. Now before we go, we'd like to tell you about another hero. As my colleague explained, there were many heroes who emerged during this great pandemic, but none of them captured our imaginations as much as one certain person. A veteran of World War II, in April 2020, he decided he was going to raise £1,000 for NHS charities by walking 100 laps of his garden before his 100th birthday. As his story became national news, he was soon a household name and his fundraising snowballed. He completed 100 laps in the 24 days running up to his birthday, and the money he raised went a little beyond the 1,000 he'd hoped for. Donations totaled over 30 million, and this is still going up.
In honour of his amazing efforts, he was awarded an honorary colonel, and on July 17, 2020, by Her Majesty the Queen, he was asked to rise the name of Captain Sir Tom Moore. Sadly, this remarkable gentleman passed away in February 2021, but the example he set and the inspiration he gave us to push through and be kind to each other will never be forgotten. Rest in peace, Captain Tom. So join us in an uplifting song to celebrate this great man. Move over, Captain America. Here's to a real hero. Here's to Captain Tom.
Heroes come in different shapes and sizes. Big and small, like no one orders well. No matter what your age, you still got a part to play. So there's a story like we'd like to tell. See, down in England there was such a hero, soldier by the name of Captain Tom. And as the virus hit, he had to do his bit, so he pulled his marching boots right on. Captain Tom, he never stopped, he just kept marching on. Up and down the garden until the race was won. Everybody raised a glass to Captain Tom. Now the more he walked, the more folk kept donating. The money that he raised just grew and grew, and at the final round, more than £30 million he gave to all the charities he knew. Now the army, they promoted him to colonel, and standing proud they pinned his medals on. And Her Majesty the Queen liked what she had seen, and she knighted him a Rise Sir Tom. Captain Tom, he never stopped, he just kept marching on. Up and down the garden until the race was won. Everybody raised a glass to Captain Tom.
Now heroes, they don't stay with us forever. The time they always come to say so long. The 100 years of age, his final walk he made. Rest in peace and thanks a million, Captain Tom.
Captain Tom, he never stopped, he just kept marching on. Up and down the garden until the race was won. Everybody raised a glass to Captain Tom. Everybody raised a glass to Captain Tom. Everybody raised a glass to Captain Tom.
We certainly needed inspirational characters like that to give us a lift through the lockdown, didn't we?
Well, it's a shame we couldn't inspire a bit of common sense into some people. Remember what happened in supermarkets?
Yeah, panic buying. What was that all about?
If you didn't get to the supermarket super early, there wasn't anything left on the shelf.
Well, except for stuff like broccoli, and who wants to eat that?
Why did everyone suddenly start stocking up on toilet roll?
I read a bit about coronavirus, and nowhere could I find that one of its symptoms was the increased need to go to the loo.
We went weeks without any. We had to use kitchen roll until that ran out too.
Then what did you do?
You do not want to know.
Mom, where's Dad? She's been back from school for ages. It's way past dinner time and I'm starving.
I'm sure he won't be long now. Then we can have dinner. It's going to be fish fingers, chips and baked beans tonight.
Yes, my favourite. You can't beat fish fingers, chips and baked beans. And is he getting the Lux creamy yogurts I like for pudding? And Coke. It's Friday. We get Coke on Friday.
Well, they were on the shopping list I gave him, so I expect so.
Crikey, what on earth has happened to you? Have you been run over? Have you been mugged? Have you been attacked by Nexter's Jack Russell again?
No, not that. I've been to Tesco. Yes, we know that. I sent you there with a list 2 hours ago. How did you get yourself in that state just going to Tesco? You, and you don't know what it's like out there. Since they announced the lockdown, the world's gone mad. It's every man for himself. There's fighting in the aisles. They're stripping the shelves of everything. I don't know how I managed to get out of there alive.
That sounds terrible, Dad. But did you get our dinner? Fish fingers, chips and beans? The Lux creamy yogurts and a bottle of Coke?
Yes, I got what was on the list. More or less. More or less? What do you mean, more or less? Did you or didn't you? Well, I did my best to make sure we had fish fingers, chips and beans with yogurts for pudding and Coke to drink. Well, sort of. It's just going to take a bit of imagination, okay? Now, I know they weren't on the list, but I've been thinking for a while now we don't eat enough green veg. There were plenty of peas and broccoli left in the shop, so I thought why not give them a go?
What about the stuff you're supposed to get? Oven chips?
Oven chips. There was none left of them. So there was parsnips in the shop, so I thought we could cut them up, brush them with oil, and oven bake them. And then, ta-da, chips!
You're joking. I'll just take the fish fingers and baked beans.
Yes, beans, they run out of those too. So I thought, lovely chickpeas in tomato puree.
That's gross. At least tell me you got fish fingers.
Oh, technically, yes, we have fish fingers. Maybe not quite what you're used to, but fingers of fish nonetheless. I managed to get, let's see what up there. 1, 4 tins of sardines. So I thought we can bust them up, roll them into finger-sized portions. And then here's the best bit. They don't need cooking. We can eat them cold.
Tell me you at least got yogurts.
There was no yogurts left in it either. I managed to get the last 2 liters of milk in the shop. The good thing is, it's out of date. So I thought if we left it in a warm place for a while, hey presto, yogurt!
That's disgusting. What about the Coke?
Let me guess. You're just going to get some Bisto, you're just going to pop some into a bottle of sparkling water and give it a quick shake. Right minds think alike. Oh, I'm sorry everyone. I tried. I really did. Fish fingers, chips, baked beans, Coke, yogurts. There's just none left.
We know it's not your fault. Well done for trying your best. Now, I think I heard on the news that takeaways are still allowed. I'll give them a ring, shall I?
Great idea. So, Dad, what's in the other bag?
I managed to pick these up from the news agents on the way home. 20 copies of today's paper.
What math are we supposed to read those? No time to make us read more stuff on our screens, is it?
Well, there was one more thing on the list they'd run out of.
What was that?
Ta-da! Lero!
Lockdown certainly did present us with a few challenges, didn't it? So many rules and regulations which meant big changes to our lives.
I found some of the instructions that we were given really confusing, and they were always changing. The people in charge didn't know what to do for the best sometimes.
It seems even experts don't agree all the time. But the thing is, if they can't make up their minds, how are we supposed to know what to do?
Shops had to shut, then they could open. But then they had to shut again.
We couldn't go to restaurants, then we were told we had to eat out to help out. Then we were to close again, we couldn't do that.
Absolutely, Robin. Brody?
We weren't allowed to play sports, then we were, but only outside. And we couldn't go and watch your favourite teams play. I couldn't keep up.
And the whole thing about bubbles and tears, who you could see, where you could see them, and for how long. I really don't envy the people who had to stand up week after week and update the nation.
Here we go again. Didn't get any sleep word about this.
Me neither. It seems that every week we have to tell the people something different to stop the virus spreading.
No wonder they're getting confused. Maybe we're just not making things clear enough for them. Don't leave the house unless you have to leave the house. Don't go to work unless you have to go to work.
You can make some people bubble 6. Unless there's an R in the month and it hasn't rained for 3 days. Then there's the tears. You're in that tier, then you're in that tier. Whole things put me in tears.
Which is why we need a different approach. So if you manage to read a document I prepared, do you think it'll work?
Well, it's worth a try. It can't do any harm.
It's certainly radical. I'll give you that. I think it's worth a shot.
Alright, where's my cookie pen? Let's do this.
Thank you everybody for joining us at today's COVID briefing. Now, as you are aware, the situation with regard to this virus remains serious.
We understand the instructions we've previously given you. Maybe even clear. Leave many of you unsure what to do.
However, while we wait for the next set of scientific findings from which we will come up with another set of different instructions for you, there are three things that have remained since the beginning of all this.
And today we would really like to reinforce these, just so you are in no doubt. Firstly, wash your hands at every opportunity, as we know you can pick up the virus from infected surfaces. Secondly, keep a 2-metre distance from people when you leave your homes for essential activity.
And thirdly, wear a mask to reduce of transmitting and contracting the virus through your breath. Now, we said these things before, but many people still don't seem to understand. Here's a little reminder. Run the COVID advert.
F. Reminds us to cover our faces.
Morning.
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 Excuse me, you can't enter without a face covering.
Oh, come on. I was only going to be 5 minutes. I just needed bread and milk.
Sorry, company policy. No face covering, no entry. We're just trying to keep everyone safe.
Okay, I'll come back later with a mask.
A means avoid all crowded places.
C is for cleaning again and again.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to me.
Twice through 20 seconds.
T's for the 2-metre distance we need to maintain. S is for self-isolate if we think that we've caught it.
Remember facts and together we'll stop it.
I will. I think that worked very well indeed. So same time next week?
Can't wait.
And remember everybody, hands, face, space.
Frank, get the door.
One.
I think we found having a sense of humour certainly helps us cope with life challenges, doesn't it?
But we mustn't forget that the COVID pandemic and lockdown has been devastating for so many people.
Jobs have been lost, livelihoods have been ruined, and families have struggled to adapt to huge changes.
Yes, we've taken a look at the few aspects of lockdown in a light-hearted way, but the pressures these and other things have created are very real.
And the effects of lockdown have led to loneliness, isolation and depression in lots of vulnerable people. And in our efforts to shield older family members, they have often gone months without contact with the people they love.
And of course, lives have been lost. Some of us may have been more personally affected by this than others, but as individuals, families, a school, a community, a nation and the world, we've all been touched by what has happened.
So let's take a moment to think about all that we have lost throughout these difficult times.
I believe there is a place in my heart. I can go there when I please. It is filled with the things that I love and memories I keep. I believe there is a place in my heart, and I go there when I choose. It is filled with the things that I love, and that's where I see you. And even though you have to go, still we see your light. And in my heart we're not apart, we fly so high, we fly so high. I believe there is a place in my heart. I can go there when I please. It is filled with the things that I love and memories I keep. I believe there is a place in my heart, and I go there when I choose. It is filled with the things that I love, and that's where I see you. See you.
Come on, let's try and finish on something positive, shall we? What has given us hope? Any ideas? Erica?
The vaccine is the light at the end of this tunnel.
Rebecca?
What a fantastic job those scientists did. How hard they worked to get it ready so quickly.
Max?
I bet there will have been some celebrations in the laboratories the day they made the breakthrough. I wish it'd been a fly on the wall.
Hello YouTube, you join us at the lab where we're having a party. We done it! Ladies and gentlemen, we have an effective vaccine. Let's get a reaction from Professor Hans Face in Space, who co-led this research. Professor Hans, tell us how you're feeling.
Hello. Yes, it's been a crazy few months. We haven't stopped, but the finish line is in sight, and we're celebrating.
Hey Pamela, say hello to YouTube. Come on Pam, don't be shy. Without those efforts of pandemic, we wouldn't be here. Come on Pam, say something.
Hi, well, yes, it's been an amazing breakthrough, but we're only doing our job. This is just what we do.
Right, we have some final loose ends to tie before we send the vaccine off to the manufacturers. So it's goodbye from the lab. Professor Face in Space, Professor Demick, let's crack on.
Where is it? The final formula. I've lost it.
What
I left it here, I'm sure I did.
What then? You've got to be kidding. Don't tell me. After all our hard work, you have lost it?
Don't blame me. I know I left it here, right here.
This cannot be happening. I've dedicated my life to this work. You idiot!
Who are you calling an
idiot. I have a PhD from Oxford University.
And I've been nominated 3 times for a Nobel Prize. If anyone's an idiot, it's you. This part was your idea. It wasn't. You're the one that lost the formula anyway, so this is...
Whoa! So you're awake, are you?
What are you laughing at? This isn't funny. Why are you filming this? You should be helping us. Oh my goodness, you should see your faces. This is hilarious. This is definitely going on YouTube.
Do you understand what's happening here? We've lost the formula.
And you're going to put this on YouTube? Stop filming at once.
Relax. You've just been pranked. Comedy gold. We haven't lost the formula. It's here in my pocket. At least I thought it was. Oh no! It must have fallen out when we went to go buy some more champagne.
You idiot!
Haha, only joking. Here it is, safe and sound. But really, your faces.
You pranked us? Why would you prank us?
Oh, it's just a bit of fun. Sense of humour. Yes? No? Come on, guys.
Ha! Talk about looks on faces. Did you see his? Who's had the last laugh now? Right, guys, let's crack on. We have a lot of action to produce.
Let me say it again. Wow, what a year. Such extraordinary times we've all lived through. One day, children like you will learn about our experiences in their history lessons.
I suppose this has been like a blitz, hasn't it? Everyone standing in front of a common enemy.
And when it's properly over, maybe we'll notice that things have changed for the better. Maybe we'll appreciate what we have and not take anything or anyone for granted. And we'll make the most of our opportunity to do those things and be with those people we've missed since this craziness started. Let's take a moment to reflect and think about what our hopes and dreams are for the future.
I hope that we will be able to meet up with friends without having to worry about social distancing, hand sanitizing and masks.
I would love to go and see my family that don't live in the UK.
I'm eager to play in pipe band competitions, swimming competitions, in fact all competitions, as I have really missed them.
I can't wait for parties, sleepovers, going to restaurants and of course shopping.
I'm so looking forward to going abroad on holiday on the beach and in the sea with lots and lots of sunshine.
I'm so looking forward to going to cinemas, theatres, and of course to see and hear live music and sport. I hope we never return to online schooling. I love being in school with my teachers and friends. I don't feel so isolated.
I can't wait for all my family to get together and celebrate all the birthdays and events we missed due to lockdown.
I cannot wait to get back to contact sport, especially hockey and rugby, as I really missed those.
I have really missed school trips and can't wait to go on one again.
It was so hard not to hug my grandparents. I hated being separated from them, and I worried about them. Waving through the window just wasn't the same. But when lockdown eased, that first hug was amazing. I hope that we're never separated from family again.
I'm pleased to see so many people being vaccinated, and this will help us return to normal soon.
I hope our NHS and key workers know how grateful they are for the amazing job they've done over the past year.
I hope that this sense of community stays with us for a long time and that we all remember to look out for each other and be kind.
How wonderful that we can all at last be together again. Here's to the future and finally being free to explore possibilities, to imagine and realise all that we can be.
A sign of better times. free. We're running free. How long we've waited and how hard we have been wishing that beautiful moments would come, when we can put our arms around those we've been missing and be afraid of no one. And though we had to keep our distance for so long, we'll come young together and we're strong. Now we're running free, leaving our lives and exploring our possibilities. Now we're running free, leaving our dreams and imagining all that we can be. We're running free, leaving our lives and exploring our possibilities. Now we're running free, leaving our dreams and imagining all that we can be. Now we're running free, leaving our lives and exploring our possibilities. Now we're running free, leaving our dreams and imagining all that we can be. We're running free.